And we are live. Welcome to the main live stream. Welcome, Alvin. How are you doing?
Hello, good. How's it going?
Good. So, just to start off, I'd like to make a couple of announcements. So, next Wednesday on our LinkedIn Live, we're going to be doing accessibility and the digital traveler experience. So, if you're interested in accessibility, and even if you're not in the travel, leisure, and hospitality space, I think this is going to be an interesting session. We're going to have Rob Andrews from AAA Now, who's going to be joining us, and we'll be going through some use cases around traveling and accessibility, and it'll be a good session. So if you haven't already, go to the Tridion LinkedIn page. And on the Tridion LinkedIn page, and by the way, I've got links inside the description for that Tridion LinkedIn page, and then follow that page, because if you follow that page, then you get notified of the new events that are coming up. Another event that we're going to do is we're going to the Miami Aviation Festival. So that's an in-person event. Our friends over at Lux Interactive are going to be hosting a booth, and we'll be showcasing TravelLaunch Pro. So, and we've made some updates to TravelLaunch Pro with the mobile application. So if you're thinking about refactoring your hotel site or your aviation site, give us a call, because TravelLaunch Pro is a really nice way to modernize your platform. And that's about it. Oh, actually, a couple more announcements. So as everyone knows, 10.1.1 is coming out in June, at the end of June. And next month, on the next month's live stream, I hope to be able to get a sneak peek for everybody to see. I think we're going into, the release candidate time right now. We're sort of completing some of the testing, etc. So stay tuned. Next month, I'm going to be able to showcase the advanced search that's on there. So that's my news. Alvin, what's going on in your world?
For mine, the Content Champions group is
Mhm.
up and running on RWS Community. So if you go to community.rws.com, under the Tridion portfolio, you'll see a group for docs, sites, and content champions new in 2025. My first question is hopefully an easy one to get everyone started. What are your job titles? Formal or informal? So let me pull this up
Mhm.
my side really quick. And I was asking, yeah, what are your official and unofficial job titles? I'll give you an example. Some of unofficial ones is elucidator. Um, this is one our technical writers use when describing some of the work that they do
Mhm.
informally. And bridge builder, something I heard at the LavaCon conference last year. So, um, in any role related to content, managing content, delivering, publishing, even on development side, if you have a chance, please join Content Champions and answer my first question. We have, a few dozen members, and it could only go up from here.
Mhm.
And Content Champions is something we've been missing for a while in our community. I think this is a focus on just general business and technology for our customers in the content space.
Mhm.
And I think where we've been really strong is on the technical Q&A. So if you remember a long time ago, we had a website called Tridion World, where we had an
Right.
open discussion forum. But when we moved a lot of the questions to Tridion Stack Exchange, we really got focused on the smart technical questions and
Right.
answers, which is great. This I have this problem. I'm trying to do this. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm getting. Can you help me? What am I missing? And then people would answer, and we get points on that. And that's on Stack Exchange. But we haven't had something for a bit for open discussions, and especially across both Tridion sites and docs, and even others interested in becoming a content champion. So that's my little plug there.
Yeah, well, I think it's very interesting, especially as not just content teams, but then also teams need to make business cases around content and how to innovate with content. And I think a lot of things have been put under the multiplier with AI, and people are like, hey, there's all these fantastic AI tools that are out there, but how do we actually like make a case that a good AI stems from good content, and and conversely, of course, like bad content, will create bad AI experiences. So I think that's something that's very fundamental, as well as even just the concept of content itself. That there, for the longest time, and I guess for thousands of years, really, the content has been consumed, produced, and consumed in a very linear fashion. And right now, we're getting into this whole non-linear world of content, that it doesn't really matter how you're organizing and setting your content up in a linear form. It's going to be consumed non-linearly. And I guess
Mhm.
at the beginning of the web, it was about people being able to link off to different topics and not read your full article. But now, as we're seeing with AI, there's a whole world of your content just being a source for another system that's going to interpret it, reevaluate it, and engage in dialogues with either site visitors or any other individuals.
Yes, yes. It's kind of like how accessibility and SEO requirements influenced web pages, where you needed good quality content for people to find you,
Hmm.
for people with disabilities to interact with your digital content. And now, with large language models being trained on good portions of the web, um, there is a focus on content in all of its forms,
Hmm.
right? Like, um, even down to my own role of getting us and having customers say good things about us. That goes back into the training models and what AI will say when someone asks, "What is Tridion?"
Right.
Um, so yeah, all eyes are on content, and if you do it right, you can get that value out of your AI initiatives. Um, and that reminds me that it's large language models, generative AI, and agentic AI now are the hot topics. But um, good quality content and AI have gone together all the way back to translation management
Hmm.
with neural machine translation, something that RWS specializes and leads in. So AI is not just the latest and greatest, but older technologies that you could take advantage of and even combine. So that's kind of the latest, where you're mixing older AI with Gen AI,
Right.
and in the end trying to get good results for the business, for
So
your
it's
content
so
champions.
so tell me about agentic AI and Tridion. Like, what does that mean really for people who are sort of getting overwhelmed with the terms?
The latest hottest thing, from what I understand, is the ability for agents to act on their own accord to interact with other agents. Um, this is where I'm trying to see the difference between the business application. I was just asking colleague How.
Right.
He's come back from an AWS conference.
Hmm.
What were his thoughts on the agentic part? Because I'm also catching up. Um, from a personal side, I'm thinking I'd love to have an agent just take care of my pizza orders or schedule something for me. Those are
Well,
some of the interactions that you have to do. They're not
right.
the greatest, right? Like, um,
Well,
actually, returns are easy now, but I'm like ordering pizza, for example. No, that's on the app. It's okay, but it's nice to just have something, perhaps schedule an event for you. And
okay.
I'm seeing that on, I think, Google um, has that feature out there. And but what I need to catch up on is agentic AI in the business.
Right.
What are you hearing and seeing?
Well, no, I mean, it just it's kind of funny because if I think about, okay, if you need to book a ticket, you go to an airline site, you book a ticket, you got to do your
Yep.
research, etc. Wouldn't it be great if you had some sort of personal assistant agent that negotiates with a travel agent, assistant, and those two parts of the coin are actually like AI agents that are negotiating with one another, that matches up your preferences with availability, with ideas, and so on. So that's what I think would be kind of nice, is if you've got your agent that knows you and what you're what your goals are, and then deals with all the details around. Okay, how do I actually make this thing happen? That would be my vision of something that would be fascinating for agentic AI.
It sounds unreal, like powerful, and like things can go wrong. But if I had, I'd want my agent to act like my father-in-law and get the best deals.
Right.
That would be awesome.
Well, exactly. Get the best deals and get the best, most memorable experiences, and make sure that, the kids, it's not just about adult time, but the kids are going to have fun, etc.
Exactly.
So doing that sort of multi-parameter negotiation, I think would be amazing. And and we say, oh my goodness, I can't imagine a world of this. But who thought that we would have a world where cars are driving around autonomously? I think some of these use cases are actually easier than we might imagine.
Yeah, and that's that reminds me of the was a saying about the future, is that the future is here. It's just not evenly distributed.
Mm-hmm.
But as a kid, I swear we were gonna have like vitamin pills from the Jetsons for your daily caloric intake, and flying cars. Like, I think we're all still waiting for flying cars. Where are the flying cars?
Well, yeah. Although physics is physics, so it's much easier to work with the digital world. All right. Any other sort of closing thoughts?
Let's see. I presented on Convex. I have a slide. Maybe I can share that. There are some AI myths. Here I am talking about AI again. Out there where there are AI fails from before, but if you check again today, like there's the famous one of can an AI detect the difference between chihuahuas, muffins, and cookies? And ChatGPT 4.0 can do it pretty well now, I think. And what else? And one last one. Oh, welcome to our colleague Depot. He's joined us on the marketing side. So if you're following us on LinkedIn, you'll see him at Convex. He used Lego as an analogy for content and LLMs. So fun guy.
Yeah.
And great to have him on our team. So welcome to Depot.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get him on for next month. I think that'd be fun.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
Good extroverted guy. So yeah, and I guess just final note: if you haven't seen the latest roadmaps up on the community, we publish it quarterly. So yeah, would be very happy to get any feedback. If you got ideas, we're still taking ideas for new releases, even big ideas, because we're starting to formulate some thoughts around Tridion Sites 11, which I think is going to be the big one after we do 10.1.2, which is scheduled for December. So
yeah.
try.
We should catch up with Velu on DXA. He has
There's also a separate path, like on the solution area. We've got some interesting solutions coming up as well. We should also make that a topic for next month as well.
Awesome.
All right. Excellent. So with that, thank you, everyone. Tune in next. First, don't forget, next Wednesday, tune into the LinkedIn Live, where we're going to be talking about accessibility and the digital passenger experience. And then next month, join us back at the first Thursday of the month, and we will be talking about, we'll have Depot, we'll do an intro to Tridion Sites 10.1.1, and that's about it. All right. Have a great month, everyone. Thanks.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye.